It's Week 7 of the National Football League.
And all eyes are on Jamison Williams.
It was a nice line for him a week ago, reaching the century mark and scoring a touchdown. It's the Lions and the Packers on Thursday night.
The seating capacity. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here we go with the Packer offense guided by their decorated QB with a long list of Pro Bowls and other accolades next to his name, of course. Aaron Rodgers leading the way.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The numbers for Jones last week, 18 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know, he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Rodgers. That's caught by Myers. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now a play fake. Rodgers looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Following the play here, now we've got an injury. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. So here we go on a 3rd and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. Now Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, Zach Wilson. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Once again, it's Swift. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Well, this defense for the Packers, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, they held them to just 7 points, and if you rewatch the game tape, and I did multiple times, it was amazing to me that the other guys even got 7. They were absolutely dominating on that side of the football.
On 3rd down, Wilson. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
First down, and they go with Swift again. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
Yeah, that time the tackle by Malik Hooker. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Here's Swift. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
This is caught. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson from 8 yards out. And the Lions respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers setting up the screen here. Aaron Jones. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And take it right on the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together.
Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. 7-7, our score after one. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Rodgers now to throw. And he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused, because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Well, one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And that is incomplete. The Lions are 2-4 here in the first half of the year. And they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Now it's Wilson. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Play action. Now Wilson. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one caught downfield by Watson. Touchdown, Packers! Christian Watson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Detroit's offense ready to take over. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. 47 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Hockenson here. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now Wilson on first down. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Another run here with Dobbins. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On second down, Swift. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The Lions on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Swift going to try up the middle. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brings up second and goal at the 10-yard line.
One more time with Swift. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And in for the Lions, touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. His first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. The extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 14. That one in the books as a 12-play drive, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And we will not see a run back here from Harris. The Packers ready to take over offensively.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Rodgers.
That's complete to Dobbs.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Rodgers in control as he hurries his guys to the line. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Rodgers.
It's Myers again with another catch. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 32-yard line.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Four yards remain for 2nd down.
Now it's Rodgers. Open man right side, Myers. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Rodgers to throw.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones. And he is going to have a Packers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Well, they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. Gano's kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play.
And now this this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So, well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Wilson. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. First target, first catch, and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Play action. It's Wilson.
Hockenson crossing the middle and bringing it in. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Second down at 4.
From midfield now, here's Wilson.
We're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 37. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Here's a handoff to Swift.
And he stopped immediately there. On the tackle that time, Dean Lowry. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 14. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
61. Match box right.
Back to the running game with Swift.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Now an injured player here, so a stoppage, and that's Jameson Williams who's shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
22 Jeff Auburn, 22 Jeff Auburn. Two, fellas, let's go.
Now Wilson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Dobbins will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. They give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. That drive a long one, spanning 15 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by Dalvin Tomlinson.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Throwing on second down, Rodgers. That's complete into the hands of Myers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a first down to boot. Throwing now is Rodgers. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll run right here with Swift. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
64 weeks.
18-yard line.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a third and about 5.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Well, a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Now the Lions, they send out the field goal unit here. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick is indeed good, and they will open their lead up to a touchdown at 24-17. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And we will not see a run back here from Harris. The Green Bay offense ready to take over.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
A first down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there, so that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
Second down, another shot for Jones.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's pulled in at the 32. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Lions to take over. They've dropped 4 straight games coming into this one, remember, but they have the lead here. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 38.
They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The offense on third down tonight, they've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
He will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Wilson fires quickly for Davis.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Down to the 25. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. Really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Once again, it's Swift. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
2nd and 1 from the 2. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They run out of the gun with Swift. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. A 10-play drive that time. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
No return there for Harris, and the drive will begin at the 25. The Packers offense set to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A run with Jones on first down, not going to yield much. A yard tops. 2nd down coming up.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers caught on the right side by Jones.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he'll just get rid of it. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you?
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 50 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Now Jones. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now Rodgers to the end zone. but it's incomplete.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
24.
Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he powers his way up past the 30. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he'll get it down here to the 43. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling. Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces. And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win. So for the Lions, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Arizona.